My initial reaction was he'll probably miss the game, the rest of that game, but more than likely be back the following week. Terrible way, an awful way to start. Obviously, you can't control that. It's part of the game. Then, as the news started coming in that it was going to be missing the year, I don't know if shocked is, I guess the best description would be shocked. No one expected that, and how could you? But all the press and the media, all the build up to that first game, and then for that to happen the way it did is, I give the team credit for winning that game, because I figured they would go in the tank after that, but they struggled offensively, but they played exceptionally well. They rose to the occasion. But I was shocked, probably like most people. I just couldn't believe that would happen.
Not sure if you've talked with Aaron or if you'll reach out. I'm sure everybody is. What would you say to him? You're not familiar with going down with, injuries like this. You were the Iron Man. But what would you say to Aaron?
I'll probably reach out to him as the dust settles a little bit, and he's not inundated with messages. But I would tell him, I'm sure he's probably getting mixed emotions and feelings and advice. But I would tell him that, he can bounce back from this. There's no question. It's not the end of his career unless he chooses to end it. I personally think that he will come back and be as good, if not better than ever. I don't see him going out like this. So I would just kind of tell him, you got time. You got a lot of time. Let surgery take place, get into recovery, start seeing how you feel. How's your mind feel? Is it in the right place? Because it seemed to me from the outside looking in, they had a good thing going there. Just the vibe I was getting. And if that's the case, if he felt that way too, give it a shot. So that's what I would tell him.
It seems like, and Hard Knocks showed this, that he has a really good relationship with Zach Wilson, which is, compared to what happened when you guys were together and then the way Jordan Love was brought in, how valuable can Aaron be to Zach Wilson moving forward, assuming that the Jets stick with him?
Yeah, well, I thought about that during the game. How much Zach maybe took from him or watched, Zach would be a fool, an absolute fool. And I'm not saying he is. I'm not saying anything but other than I don't know. But he would be a fool not to soak in every bit of knowledge and little tidbits of information that he can take from. And Aaron, I'm sure, would be more than willing to help him along the way. This season, I would lean on Aaron as much as I could.
Last question on Aaron, and you alluded to this, but it seems like in your gut, you don't think this is something.
I don't think he's done. I physically, other than the Achilles, I think he was in a good place. A lot of players have Achilles surgery and come back and are as good as. And Aaron moves around a little bit, but he's not a big runner, so he can adapt if there's maybe a little restriction in his foot or something when next year comes around. But I just don't see him going out like this.